My name's Katie and I like to travel. My first experience abroad would be my 8th grade trip to Quebec. I went with my French class and it was really my first experience diving into another culture, and I loved everything about it. I was completely immersed into the French and Canadian culture, and I finally got to see a lot of what it was that I was learning for so many years when learning the French language. It was amazing to be somewhere so different from what I knew and grew up with. Going to Quebec and seeing all the differences with the historical buildings and castles, and I mean, it was like something out of a movie. It was amazing. From that moment, I knew that I needed to visit as many places as I possibly can, and just really experience what the world has to offer. So my second major trip was actually last May, and I took a trip to France and Italy with a few of my really good friends from high school. So within 9 days, we flew from JFK to Milan, spent a night in Milan, and then we made our way taking the train to Cinque Terre and spent a couple of days there. Cinque Terre is actually my favorite place in Italy because it was not too overpopulated with tourists. From there, we took a train to Rome and literally just spent the day in Rome. We were able to visit the Vatican, the Trevi Fountain. From there, we went to Paris. We flew from Rome to Paris, stayed in Paris for 2 days. Paris was absolutely amazing. Being able to finally erase just pictures that I was able to see and be able to actually experience it was the greatest thing ever. I mean, this is a place where what you see in the pictures is seriously how it is when you're there in real life. From there, we flew from Paris and met back up with the rest of our friends in Florence. And I can say that Florence had the best gelato in every single place that I visited in Italy. From there, we went to Venice, and that was unfortunately our last stop for our quick 9-day trip. Venice actually does not have any cars. I mean, I thought that there would at least be some, but it's literally all boats and pedestrians walking and you know, people on bikes. That's all it is. So when you go to, instead of parking your car in your driveway, you're parking your boat. And so there's tons of canals that go through the entire city, and people literally walk out of their back door to get onto their boat and to travel to wherever they need to go. It was truly magnificent, and I love that every single place that we went to had something special to offer and something that was completely different from anything else that we had ever seen. My most recent trip was this past March. I spent my spring break in Iceland. Iceland is by far the most purest country I have ever seen. So with that, I have traveled to 5 countries total, which is nothing compared to how many trips I want to take and countries that I want to visit in the future. So many things on my list, and I don't know where to next. We'll see. Thanks.